me and hear me? Can you see the screen? Please leave a comment in the chat if you can. Hi amigos. What's up everyone? Let's wait a couple of minutes for people to connect. Benvenuti a tutti anche dall'Italia. Marco, Carola, grazie per essere qua. Alice, thanks to being here. Thanks for being here inside of TX3 new live stream. Welcome guys. Welcome, welcome. Ciao Carola. We're live. Let's go. If you guys can hear me and see the screen, please leave a comment in the chat, wherever you are. If you're connecting on YouTube, if you're connecting on Instagram, you can see me live on TX3 YouTube channel, TX3 Instagram channel, Discord channel, and also on my Instagram page. You can also see me on TX3 X channel. Welcome, welcome. Say hello if you can hear me and see the screen. You hear and see me. Is it a good morning or is it a good afternoon? È un buongiorno o un buon pomeriggio? Where are you guys connecting from? Da dove mi state guardando? Scrivetemelo nei commenti. The market is gonna open in 22 minutes. My personal video is lagging. Is it? Is it any better right now? Please let me know if it's any better right now. Adesso mi vedete meglio, mi sentite meglio? And we're about to start this live stream. Loud and clear. That's the point. So, welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome. Hello from Turin, Italy. Ciao Andrea. Benvenuti. Hello, welcome. So what's up everyone? Welcome. Before we start, if you can see me, leave a comment in the chat right now. So, for the one who doesn't know me, my name is Michele Rossi. I'm a trader, investor, and a quant, and I've been involved in these financial markets for around 20 years. First of all, I want to say thank you to the 3x3 for hosting this live and for giving me the opportunity to be here with you today. And let me be clear from the start. This is not meant to be a one-time appearance. This is not a random guest session. The goal is to make this a recurring appointment, a fixed moment for the community of TX3 and for my international community, a place where we can build clarity, consistency, and a smarter way of thinking about mistakes, and especially about market mistakes. Because the moment we stop making mistakes is the moment we start to making perhaps some good move and perhaps some profit. Because what I want to bring here is not just trade calls. I want to bring a framework, a guide, and above all, a real macro approach to trading. Okay? So let's be honest. Most traders online are trained to look only at technical analysis. Do you agree with this statement? Siete d'accordo? La maggior parte dei trader online fa trading seguendo l'analisi tecnica. Do you agree on that? Patterns, indicators, support and resistance, fair value gaps, moving averages, Bollinger Bands, trend line, and listen, technicals matter. I use technical too, but technical analysis is on its own is not enough. In the long run, that approach alone does not create consistency. Why? Because price do not move because there is a Bollinger Band on your screen. Price do not move because somebody found an FVG. Price does not move because retail traders drew the same trend line. Price move because money reacts to information. It moves because of geopolitics, because of monetary policy, because of interest rates, inflation expectation of bonds and yields, or risk sentiment, of positioning. It moves because of headlines. That is what moves markets. And we've seen that very clearly again in this environment. One geopolitical escalation, one command from Trump, one military headlines, one move in oil, one repricing in yield, and the whole market shifts. And then the purely technical traders are left staring at the chart like it's betrayed them, right? It didn't betray them. They were just reading the last chapter without understanding the whole book. So, what's my approach that I'm gonna bring in this community? And it's a little bit slightly different from the majority of the other traders that you might find out there. So my framework is fundamental first, intermarket second, sentiment third, and technical execution after that. And on top of that, I also apply quant perspective. That means expected value, probability, risk distribution, cross-validation, Monte Carlo logic, robustness. Not these setups looked amazing on Instagram. Not these worked 3 times, so now it's a strategy. I mean actual repeatability. I want to know whether an idea has edge, whether it survives different market conditions, and whether it deserves capital. Now I know that for some people this may sound like a lot. Maybe you're new, maybe you're used to simple chart patterns, maybe this sounds more advanced than what you expect. That's fine, relax. We will build this one step at a time. Nobody becomes dangerous in the markets overnight. We go step by step, session by session, and over time, you'll start seeing the market in a completely different way. So if you have questions during the streams, ask them in the chat. Seriously, I'm here for you guys and girls. If something is unclear, please just ask. If you want me to explain the move, ask. If you want to understand what I'm looking at, ask. Ragazzi, se avete domande di qualsiasi tipo, se non mi conoscete, se è la prima volta che mi vedete live, magari tutto quello che vi spiegherò e di cui vi parlerò potrà sembrare molto difficile. Per favore, chiedete, fate domande. Asking is the best and fastest way to learn. Questions. Ask me questions. I'm here to answer all of your questions. So please ask. Okay? So now let's talk about today, because today's context matters a lot. At the moment, the market is trading in a very clear risk-off environment. The macro story is being driven by a combination of geopolitical escalation and inflation pressure. We have tension in the Middle East. We have ongoing headlines connected to Iran, Israel, regional military activity, and broader US involvement. That creates uncertainty. That increases the geopolitical risk premium. and that pushes market towards defensive behavior. At the same time, oil remain elevated, and that is critical. Look at oil right here on my chart. Look at oil. If you see some trade, that's what I'm trading. But look at oil. This is light crude oil future. It's standing at 101. Let me click this so you can see. Let me check the vertical stream if it's activated the zoom in feature. Yeah, there you go. So you can see better the chart. 101 on oil. What that means? We got this big move in oil. Oil is going up very, very much. So what are we trading? We are trading geopolitical tension. We're trading in a very clear risk-off environment. And that is critical because when oil moves higher, the market immediately starts worrying about inflation pressure coming back through energy. And if inflation risk stays alive, the central banks, especially the Federal Reserve of the United States, have less room to ease. That means rate cuts get priced out. Higher for longer becomes more credible. And when that happens, yield matter even more. So now look at the chain reaction. Geopolitical risk rises, oil rises, inflation concerns rise, rate cuts expectations fall, bond yields stays elevated or move higher, and high duration asset, especially tech, come under pressure. And that's what we're seeing lately. Look at the Nasdaq. Look at the Nasdaq right here. Can you see the Nasdaq? There you go. This is just the 5-minute chart. Look at the broader picture on here. 30 minutes chart. Look at this move. Big push, big downward move. And this is why Nasdaq has been weak, as I said. This is not random weakness. This is not the market respected my rectangle. This is macro repricing. And then we add one more layer, sentiment. Right now, sentiment is fragile. The VIX is elevated. The dollar is firm. Gold is strong. That tells you the market is still respecting defensive flows. Do you guys agree? Let me know in the chat if you agree or not with me. But it's pretty clear. So when I look at the Nasdaq and S&P today, I'm not starting from a place of blind optimism. I'm starting from a place of caution because the market is still telling us something. There is uncertainty, there is headline risks, there is inflation risk, and there is still pressure on equities, especially on growth-heavy indices. Now, can this change quickly? Yes, absolutely. If we get credible de-escalation headline, if the diplomatic language improves, if oil cools down, if yields back off, then equities can squeeze hard. And that's important because in markets like these, relief rallies can be violent. But unless that shift is real, I treat upside moves carefully. Because in a fragile macro environment, not every bounce is strength. Sometimes it's just short covering, temporary relief, just trapped traders inhaling copium for 10 minutes. So today the key is not to be emotional. The key is to read the market, read the reaction function of the market. So what do I expect today? For now, I think the environment remains tactically bearish to fragile for Nasdaq and slightly bearish for the broader equity space unless the market gets a clear positive catalyst. The main things I'm watching are oil, yields, dollar strength, volatility, and headline sensitivity. I use my Reuters terminal that's standing here on my right for news in real time. Okay? If instead the market gets a de-escalation headline, or if yields cool down and risk sentiments improve, then we can absolutely see a relief move. But that relief move has to prove itself. I just don't buy because the price bounced. I want to understand why it's bouncing. Is there actual improvement in the narrative? Is the move supported by flows? Is the market repricing risk? Or is it just a weak bounce inside a still fragile environment? That distinction is everything. Because trading is not about reacting to candles like they're sending you love letters. Trading is about context. And let me say something very, very important here. Does the approach mean that we're gonna win every trade? Of course not. That would be nonsense. No serious trader wins every trade. No serious trader thinks like that. But this approach gives us something far more important than perfection. It gives us understanding. It helps us understand why the market is moving. It helps us stop taking random entries. It helps us stop worshipping indicators like they're ancient gods. And it helps us build a repeatable process. That is the real edge. Because we are not here to guess. We are not here to gamble. We are here to build a framework that can survive. A framework based on macro logic, on intermarket confirmation, on sentiment, and of course, in the end, on technical execution and on quant discipline. But we'll talk about that in the near future. That is how you stop being reactive. That is how you stop chasing noise. And that is how you start trading with intent. What will I trade today? Now, for this session, I'll mainly be trading using ORB, levels, and VWAP. This is a live session. Remember about this. We'll be together for about 1 hour, 30 more minutes, 6 minutes to the market open. So I want to keep execution clean, focused, and adapted to a shorted scalps window. This will be mostly be a scalping session. Fast reads, fast decision, clear structure. The main instrument I'll be watching is the Nasdaq. So wherever you trade futures or CFDs, it doesn't change much in terms of the logic of the move. The price action may vary slightly, but the behavior, the structure, the pressure, and the reaction are broadly the same. So whether you're trading on futures or CFDs, you can follow along. What are you guys trading? Let me know in the chat. Are you trading CFDs or future? What do you guys prefer? Su cosa fate trading, ragazzi? Sui CFD o su futures? Futures. Let's go, Carola. And during this stream, I'll tell you what I'm seeing in real time. I'll tell you if I enter a trade, how I enter, why I enter, where I'm wrong, where I take profit, or where I take a stop loss. And when and if I decide to do absolutely nothing. Because sometimes no trade is the best trade. I know it sounds boring, but boring is underrated. Boring keeps you funded. Chaotic keeps you entertaining. Today, we prefer funded. Even though we're going to have a little bit of fun, hopefully, together. So, yes, let me go in the charts. What we're going to look today is this beautiful chart that you can see right here. What you're seeing is the magnificent 7. I don't know how you guys call it in the US. Where are you from? Let me know in the chat. But yeah, in Italy we call it le magnifiche sette, the magnificent 7, which are Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, Meta, and Tesla. And therefore, we're gonna trade levels on the Nasdaq. So I'm gonna execute on my end in this screen right here that you cannot see, but I'm gonna also call every move that I'm taking here on the chart of TradingView, because it's gonna be much easier for everybody to understand. I do use many platforms. I use NinjaTrader, I use the Bookmap, I use DXFeed, I use a lot of stuff right here that's going on. It's connected to multiple accounts. I'm doing different stuff right there. For the sake of this session, I'm gonna just trade Nasdaq on this chart. So let me mark up the moves that I'm looking at today. So if price, based on everything I just said, if price is gonna move below 23,498, let's say, there you go, right here, right down below, right here. This is a good level. Below this level, I might enter a sell. A quick scalp session, as I say, towards 23,470. Down below, it's a sell. Above 520, might be a scalp. 2025 to 249.50, but let's stay a number below. We're playing round numbers here. There you go. So above, I'm gonna enter a buy right here, little scalp. Below, I'm gonna enter a sell right here, down below. If I'm entering a trade, I'm gonna tell you. And you also see how I managed. I usually risk on every prop like $200 or $100. It depends. It varies with time, with stop losses, of course. And I'm gonna use 2 to 3 micro, sometimes 4. And I'm gonna take partial along the way. Okay, so if we break above, I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna enter a buy. The buy will look something like this, and as soon as I can, I'm gonna move my stop to break even. Otherwise, we go to the downside. I'm gonna look for this position right here and follow along into the sell, which I prefer. But again, this is a scalp session. And we can already see Apple is pushing higher. It didn't yet recover the gap that made on the opening. Nvidia is doing pretty much the same. Tesla is doing pretty much the same. Meta, same. Alphabet, same. And here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna sell. I'm already in a sell. And I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I took a stop on the first trade. Took a stop on the first trade. Re-entered right here. Re-entered right here. Slightly bigger stop loss at this moment. And trying to target this move down below right here. There you go. Nvidia's pushing down. Microsoft is pushing down. Amazon's pushing down. Everything's pushing down. That might gonna be a beautiful move. Let's move down to the 1 minute chart. There you go. I've already took a stop loss. The move was too fast. Let's see. It's recovering. Another stop. And I'm out to stop for the moment, entering a buy right here. We break above, entering a buy. Everything switched from a sell to a buy. Let's try to get this back right here. Stop loss is down below the wick. and try to push it back high. It's a tricky market at the moment. We got mixed reaction at the moment. Tesla's pushing high, Apple's pushing down. Lots of indecision. We're still in the range. We're still in the range. We need the price to close above or below to have better understanding. Yes, low volume at this moment. I'm gonna trim this. I'm gonna trim this right here for a 0.3%. I'm trimming it. I don't like that we're still in the range. So let's wait for the next move. Trim them out. There you go. Out right here. This is another position I'm entering. Right here. Wait. And I'm in. Again. Stop is at 92. Sorry guys, I have two mouths to control. There he goes. I'm taking a partial right here. Wrong mouse. Sorry. Taking a partial right here. Moving my stop loss to BA. This very moment. Moving my stop loss to BA. Break even, BE. Sorry guys, sorry. English speaking people. We just got this tricky move into the upside. Double fake out. Down, up, down again. Taking another out right here. And I let this thing run. Hopefully to this level right here. Letting this thing run. Took two partial. I'm still down a little bit. Possibly. Let's let it run as long as possible. If we don't get many retracement, I see beautiful move into the downside from all the magnificent 7. We got Tesla pushing down really strong. Nvidia still way to go down to cover all these gap. Let's watch ES. What is it doing? It's pushing down. Yes. Gotta break this level right here on ES. There you go. For 407 is the next stop to me. 407 is the next stop. We got 50 point at this very moment. 50 point right here. I like Tesla, I like Nvidia. I like Apple. I like Meta. I like Alphabet. I don't like Amazon. I mean, I like it. Amazon, keep on bringing my packages in time, please. I like you, but I don't like what you're doing at the moment. Let's go. Let's go. Beautiful move. I'm going to take another trim right here. 407.50. 407.50. And let's look at the bigger picture. 30.35. So this is my 5-minute orb. We can clear this and this, and this is the VWAP. As long as price stays below the VWAP, I'm happy. And way down we go. Guys, stay active in the chat. Let me know what you're seeing. Let me know what your bias is. Let me know if you agree or disagree with what I'm doing. But plus, what I did, what I'm saying about the markets. If you're new here, even better. Because this is not meant to be a room where people blindly copy trade. This is a room where people learn how to think. That's the difference. We're not building charts addicts here. We're building traders. That's what we're trying to do. And I got my trim. Let's go down. Moving my stop, the red line that you see. I mean, no, I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna move my stop to this level right here. So moving my stop into profit. The red line that you see is my stop at this moment, and I stay in the trade as long as possible. I'm going out. Yeah. There's gonna be Jerome Powell speech, so be careful about volatility. It can be quite impactful, but I'm not expecting him come out and say, "Hey, we're cutting rates." And we got 90 points. 90 points. Right now. 90 points. Beautiful. Beautiful. Downward move. Beautiful. That was the first thought. That was aligned with the bias. We just, on the first trade, it was too early. The second trades, we might got the scalp reaction. We didn't make it. And the third shot, here we go. Or fourth, I don't remember. But anyway. And this is just a quick scalp session, okay? But remember that on a broader, on the bigger picture for today, if you're an intraday trader, this is just a scalp. That's the direction you wanna look at into the downward direction. Everything is aligned. Okay. We got fundamental saying short, geopolitical say short, intermarket says short, sentiment says short. What are you gonna do? Buying? I mean, intraday, during the day, look for sell opportunities. You can get stops, you can get wrong timing, that's totally fine. As long as you keep your risk controlled and you don't overtrade, over leverage. Remind that this is just a show, okay? But this is an actual strategy that I'm using every day, and it's quite simple. Levels and fist. Fundamentals, intermarket, sentiment, and technicals. Levels. Okay? Just went down to this new level right here. This is a beautiful 90 points move. Nice. And the dollar just break through 100.2. Beautiful. S&P is breaking into the downside. Beautiful. You guys took a trade? You guys took a trade with me here live? A small trade for short SPX. Beautiful. We got nice people. Jose, Sim, Quensley, Marco. Ciao Marco. Loveroso. Ciao. Elisa. Ciao. Then we got R. I don't know. Then we got Lajaman Sifat. I don't. Sorry about my pronunciation. We got Migos. Hey Migos, how you doing? Alicia, Alessandro, Sok, Hean. Sorry for my pronunciation. Afuia. Sorry again. And S. Page up. And R is Simone. Ciao Simone. And we're still pushing down quite a lot. Let's go down. Let's make it more. I'm still in. As I said, my stop loss is right here. Moving my stop up down here. You're free to do what you want to do. We entered at 24, 4 and 68, and I'm in profit at the moment. Considering the previous losses, I'm in profit, small profit, but consider that I'm trading on 68 different accounts at the moment. I'm not doing the same thing on all of them. So yeah, differentiation. Beautiful. Great. S. I don't know your name because I cannot read it. I just see S, but great. Beautiful. You're a scalper, an intraday trader, a swing trader, 1-3 year of experience. Beautiful. Guys, let me know if you're in Discord. If you can hear me and see me, if you took a trade with me, if you didn't, that's fine. Whatever. Write me a message, send a screenshot. Let me know what you did. And we got more than 100 points at this very moment. Feel free to do your thing. You can close the trade, stay in it, move your stop loss at break even, do what you want to do, manage your risk according to your rules. I do have rules. Again, this is not a signal room, and it's 117 points. 117 points for today, and we're still pushing down. Beautiful. Nasdaq is Apple is crashing down. We just got 3 rejections, so we might see a pullback from here. We got Nvidia. It rejected hard at the previous gap. Beautiful. Nasdaq is still pushing down. I don't see at this very moment any major news coming out, but I'm very focused on this live trading session with you guys. Let me ask Migos. Can you let me know about that special thing? Can you help me understand? Beautiful. S, what's your name? Beautiful move you catched. Great, beautiful. And we're still pushing down. I'm still in. This is 24,340. That's another point of support. 340.5, I would say 40.5. 40. 40 exactly. At this moment, this is it. 44.75. Queensley Norton. Beautiful. With CFDs. Great move you catched. Yeah, TP down below. Afuya. Sok Hen. Sorry for my pronunciation. Write in the chat. Let me know what you did. R. Beautiful move. Oh, you gotta sell on gold. Why? But yeah, that's fine. I was in a buy since this morning, so yeah, didn't got the the sell on gold. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm looking for gold. I'm looking to buy. I'm looking for buying positions. So I got this move into the upside, a bounce of break and retest of the equilibrium. So the 50% basically. Look at dollar. It's pushing, still pushing. The S&P is dropping like crazy. Since the opening, just lost 0.7%. Crazy move. Beautiful for us. Bye Elisa. Careful Elisa because... Attenzione Elisa perché ha già fatto un drop veramente importante. D'accordo? Quindi aspettati un retracement in questo momento. Careful guys, if you're trading ORB right now, you just got a crazy move into the downside. We got a, let me see, 193 points. 193 points into the downside. So if you're trading the 15 minutes range, which is this one right here, you just got a close down. You can expect a retracement, and you probably want to see, you know what I want to look at this very moment. I want to see if we got a pullback. If we got a pullback, let me pick up the let me clean up the chart a little bit. If we got a pullback into the 50% of Fibonacci, a retracement right here around 23,450 if you're trading future. Same thing if you're trading CFDs, doesn't change a dime. It might change the price, but it's the same price action. And we have, let's see, I want to see something like this. You might see this later, not now, maybe in more minutes, because I'm gonna close the live in quite a bit, in a few minutes. You want to see something like this, okay? You might enter in here. So let's assume, let's pretend that this is the VWAP and it's gonna do something like this, okay? If you got a retracement on the 50% of Fibonacci, and which it's the same level of the midline of the orb of the opening range, okay? And price break above the VWAP, it doesn't go much higher than this area right here, and it turns around and go back and close below, you might enter another sell position, something like this. Super easy. It's a 1-2 risk to reward. You risk 1 to make 2. Okay? If you enter right here with the classical orb, it might look something like this. If you just entered something like this, it might be a beautiful entry. But crazy move that we got. Guys, that's crazy. My take on oil. So oil, it's something that I trade quite a lot, but not in the short term. So basically, again, news, it's very important because I bought oil on, I don't remember if this is correct, but the beginning of March. It's as soon as we started hearing about the military, the US going with a lot of military in the Middle East. Think about it in this way. I think about it in this way. I was about to move to Dubai to live with my family, and I remember I read the news. There was no news about attacking or bombing or drones attack, anything like that. It was a couple of weeks before the actual attack, I started to guess. Let's pretend I'm Donald Trump. I don't look like him. I don't believe I look like him. But anyways, let's pretend I'm him. I'm spending about $10 billion to move my military, my forces into the Middle East. Am I going to try to scare them and come back without even sending something, a bomb, a missile, something? No. So what's the first reaction that I expect Iran to do? Retaliation against US military base and the closure of the Strait of Hormuz. So I said, this happened again in the past. Let me buy some oil. I didn't catch the whole move, of course. I couldn't. But I catch the 40, it was a 40 to 46 move on percent, 40 to 46% move. No leverage on my investments account because I told you in the beginning, I'm an investor first. I catch the move. Price got back. I was still in with a little position. I closed something because I wanted to take profit. And I re-entered the position right here. And I'm still in. So what do I believe about oil? That it's going to go up. That's what I believe. Until where? I believe we can go back again right here around 118, because what I see is this. And this is a cyclical scenario. This is gold, this is silver, this is oil through time. And you see it moves in the same way, very similar way every time something big happens. And it creates in time something like this. Every time in the past, let's say this was 1947 to 1972, we got a steady oil price. Then, do you remember what happened in 1974? I was not born yet, of course, but I studied the market. And something happened. Guess what? War. And so we moved into the upside. We created spikes with price oil. And then we created another higher, how can I call it? Another window, time window, where price stays higher for longer. And it created a new price range. Then we got another huge 87% push into the upside into the 2008. And then prices again stabilizes and moves in between this range again, like it did right here, like it did right here. Now, what I believe, I might be wrong. Do your own research. This is not a financial advice. This is what I'm looking at and what I study. And I believe price is gonna go up quite a lot and then stabilize and create its new range. I don't know where it's gonna sit. Are we gonna go up 300? Sorry, this was 300%. The first one was 600%. So even if it's 150%, let's say 50%, 50%, 50%, is gonna sit between $200 per barrel. And so we have a lot to move into the upside. That's my take on oil. Hope it makes sense. Beautiful. Nice. Let me see. Oh, they're telling me no problem, man. Anytime I'm here, guys. You can write me inside of the Discord community of TX Free Funding. You can reach me out at Michelle Rossi Official. You can see the name right here, down below, right here. You can follow me on Instagram, YouTube, anywhere, and ask me question. I'm super happy to help and answer all of your questions. They just told me from TX Free that they're gonna give away. There's a huge giveaway, 3 challenges, 50K challenges, and 1 instant funded. So stay tuned, guys. Tomorrow, I'm gonna let you guys know. I let you guys know how the winners are going to be picked up. So congratulations to all of you that attended this live. Put a comment in the chat if you can hear me right now. If you're on Instagram channel of TX Free, my Instagram channel, if you're on TX Free Discord channel, send a message, comment, and tomorrow we're gonna release a reel with a recap of this live session that you attended, and they're letting me know. I don't know how they're gonna do that, but we're gonna do a huge giveaway. So stay tuned. Thanks for being part of this live. Thanks so much for being here today, for your time, your attention, and your questions. A big thank you again to TX Free for hosting me. And remember, this is not a one-time session. We'll be back next Monday. Tomorrow, a new reel is gonna come out, same time, and we'll keep building these together. If you enjoyed this stream and you want to follow me on my content, you can find me on Instagram at Michelle Rossi Official or Michele Rossi Official, whatever. You can see right down below right here. And if you want to start with TX Free, you can use the code LIVE for the 30%, so sorry, 25, not 35, 25% off your challenge or instant funded account. Thank you again. Thank you again for being here. Thank you, everyone. See you next Monday. Peace.